Brothers and sisters in humanity and faith, what is awesome? Well, in my case, I know what is awesome right now, this moment, and it is the game that I'm streaming. Life is Strange. I'm still in episode 4, and I have to say that I'm really enjoying it. I did have a few issues, and I mentioned them in the previous streams, but for the most part I'm really enjoying this game. Start with the necessary what's the word? I forget weird things sometimes, man. What's the word for it? Disclaimer. The necessary disclaimer, I do not represent Islam as a belief system or Muslims in general. I only represent myself, and unless specifically and clearly stated, or I'm talking about verifiable facts, scientific or historic, my opinions are my own. I also don't just stream games silently or with, talking about random stuff, or, well, I do talk about random stuff, but I mean, it's not just about for fun. I don't stream just for fun. I stream partially to also talk about how games relate to us in real life and how they affect us, and the subject that I cover during streams range from religion through science and all the way to obscure subjects like transhumanism and even a bit of conspiracy theory. I spend quite a bit of time talking sometimes during the gameplay, so yeah, if any of this doesn't appeal to you, please, you're more than welcome to move on to another streamer who will be more compatible. And for the rest of you who would be curious about something like this, I hope that I can blow your mind away with some of the things you hear from me. I hope so. Alright, so in the previous stream I stopped at this and yeah, I will definitely have something to say about this bit. So I solved all these clues, the top, the middle one, and including the right side for them, and then I solved the bottom bit for Nathan's clues, and then I boiled them down to these options here. And
let's start hacking.
And yes, as you can see towards the end of my previous stream, so this one is, I believe, playthrough 1L, which means the playthrough 1, which is my first playthrough of Life is Strange, and L is just alphabetical, so starting from the first stream or video is A, and then B, and then C, and I believe this is L, yes? So in playthrough K, towards the end of the video, you can see me spending a lot of time silent, and not 100% silent, but mostly silent, and just thinking, flipping through these options here, looking at these numbers, is it this, is it this, no, maybe that, and then I kept saying, which ones I like more. I tried them all. I tried every single number possible. I even tried quadruple one, knowing 99.9% positive that it's not going to work, but I tried it anyway. I even broke this, POK number into two halves, and I tried each half separately. I went crazy, and if you watch that video, you remember me spending the most time in this piece of paper here. I would read, just so that the numbers are clear and I can see them, and I keep trying to find patterns. Is it this way? 0945, is it 0544, or is it 8561? Is it this one? I tried each and every number, each and every one of those. I even put 0 here, and I tried this one too. I tried these ones too, and eventually I felt like I'm taking so much time during streaming, and I don't want to bore the people who would watch the archived videos later on to death, basically. So I stopped the stream, and I thought about it for a bit, and then I went and did some other real life stuff, and now I returned. I basically, before doing my real life stuff, I did solve this little puzzle. And yes, if you know the game, if you already beat this game, or you know it, then you know how much I will probably laughed at myself. Looking for patterns. If you watch the video, you remember what I was doing. Looking for patterns. Where's the pattern? Trying to find. I even went as far as to open up the calculator on my cell phone, and I started to subtract I subtracted 4,436 from 9,535, and I looked at the number. Does it make any sense? Can you relate it to anything here? Ah, my God. And then I would go back to the paper. Is there any link between this number, the circled one, and this red one? Excuse me. This timer means that my coffee is ready, so I'm gonna just grab it very quickly and come back. I'll even leave the microphone broadcasting. And I'm back. All right, so as I was saying, you totally have my permission to laugh at me because of how deep I went into this. I was like, I gotta apply my genius, my mathematical genius into this thing to decipher this impenetrable puzzle. How on earth am I gonna do this? This isn't kind of a semi-adventure game. Truly, I can be open to a really difficult and challenging puzzle. Yeah? And I went forward to look for patterns. Horizontal patterns and vertical patterns and sideways patterns and subtraction and addition and this and that and then I said, okay, what happens if I...
Oops, bad code.
Yep, and then...
Yeah, I knew it wouldn't be that easy.
Yeah, and...
You locked it, dumbass.
And then instead of rewinding, what happens if I take a look here? And then I look at this, enter POK. So I was like, okay, yeah, the POK code, here it is. That's 87897808. Let's see if I can remember this. 887897078. That's a challenge, isn't it? Okay, let's see.
Oh, wrong code. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
And you made me say that.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, memorizing. Come on, memorizing. Give me some slack. Memorizing 8 digits is not easy, right? right? So it's 8789, okay, and then 7808. Quickly. 78, 87. What? I'm determined. I know. I can write it down on a piece of paper and copy it. I know. I swear. Just bear with me. I'm weird like that. 8789, 7808. 87, 89. No, please. I don't need this. I don't need fidgety. God. God damn. 87, 89. 7808. 7808.
Booyah!
Yes!
Let's find out what Nathan Prescott has been trying to hide.
As you can see, I'm inside. I got in. So after trying to after trying to find patterns and subtract and add and I think so deeply about this whole matter, trying to decipher the code. There is some sort of code. There's a 4-digit code there somewhere that I have to find. After all that, it boils down to this hilarity and, you know, laugh at oneself basically situation. So yeah, I was a bit gutted, yeah, because I wasted so much time looking so deep into it, trying to find some sort of, genius way of bringing in the code. I'm like, I accepted the challenge. You see what I mean? It's like I have a challenge here. This is a like really deep puzzle that I have to get into, and I accepted the challenge. So obviously accepting the challenge means that you have to take it seriously and really feel like your genius is being challenged. You have to apply everything, all your skills and all your mathematical knowledge and stuff. But yeah, it was much simpler than that, and it was funny and what's the word? Disappointing at the same time. But it was more funny than anything, to be frank, or to be fair. So yeah. Let's see. Anyway, I haven't done anything. Once when this happened, if I don't want to escape now, but if you get out from this, you cannot rewind. Actually, no matter how many times you rewind, the puzzle is solved. So what I actually did was reload the last checkpoint, which is from when I appeared in this room. But I didn't, redo the whole thing while streaming, because I do try to respect your time as much as possible. So if you did watch the previous video, then you don't have to rewatch this whole. Of course, this game involves a lot of rewatching, because we rewind and then try again, rewind and again. But that's part of the game. What's not part of the game is to get you to redo the whole thing with me, just because I wanted to show you. What I wanted to show you was how the process. I wanted to show you how I went from trying to decipher Da Vinci's code or something into to basically realize just how simple it actually is. And just I wanted to share that basically moment with you, with its details, without really redoing the whole thing in front of you or in a video that you would be watching. So with that out of the way, let's see. I haven't done anything. I didn't even read this when it hit me so hard. I looked away from the screen, and I was shaking my head and laughing myself at the same time. And then I knew that I wanted to just share the moment with you, so I ignored everything. So I'm gonna start reading, see what's going on here. What up? Need the G. We don't even know who these people are. This is a dog. This might be Frank, isn't it? And this would be like a picture of his dog, right? What's his name? Pudi Budi? I can't remember now. Pudi Moo. Something. Oh my god. Okay, I'm not gonna try to remember Frank's dog, the name, Frank's dog anymore, because that's enough self-embarrassment for a day, that's for sure. So, but anyway, I think this is Frank. What up? Need the G, or maybe not. Okay, cool, bitch. You sold me water, asshole. Okay, so this is not. Pigs on the beach, bringing it. Yeah, yeah, I'm wrong actually again. So this is basically, yeah, this is not Frank. I don't know what this picture is, but this is actually Nathan probably. Yeah, this is Nathan, and he says, "What up? Need the G?" And then Frank says, "Okay," and he says, "Cool," and he goes like, "This is another day." Yeah, so that's the 30th of September, and then the 1st of October he says, "Bitch, you sold me water, asshole." And then Frank says, "Calm down, bring it to me." And he's just bringing it. And stay away, pigs on the beach. Okay, so that's it. Yep. I put this here in case it's easier to read this in a video, you know, because I don't know in the game, and I am streaming at 1920, so I'm hoping that. And this is the native resolution of my monitor here. I don't really play games in a fancier monitor than this. So yeah, it should look in the video if you're watching on 1920 almost exactly like it looks on me, but looks I mean, almost exactly as it looks on my side. But yeah, but just in case, you know, if you're watching maybe at a lower resolution, maybe this will be clearer than, you know. And it's good. It's a good habit. I mean, like this text is kind of clear, but in some of the papers, like scribbling and doodling and stuff like that, maybe it won't look very clear in a lower resolution. So this is why I always you know, at least open this up. Even if I read it already, I open it up, kind of, and then you know any person can maybe pause, read or whatever. So yep, let's
Yes.
move on.
This is all about Nathan trying to score for the Vortex Club party.
Okay, and I'm gonna move this thing back to push to talk now.
Nathan was jonesing hard the night of the party. He didn't have enough drugs.
Wow, well, what's the reason for this urgency? He needs to score ASAP. This is the night of the party, as Max was saying. So maybe he's like having a nervous breakdown. Maybe he did something really bad and he's having a nervous breakdown or about it or something like that. Who knows?
Drug dealer drama.
And then this is 3 days later. Yeah, this is the 4th of October. And then on the 7th, you up, bro? No shit, what do you need? Yeah, exactly. Drug dealer drama. Nathan asks, sorry for being addicted. Oh, wait a minute. Something happened between... Okay, so you're paying night prices, don't make me wait. Ah, this is very late at night. You up, bro? Oh, so okay, so this is like 3 a.m. This is very, very late. And then yes, he's paying night prices, don't make me wait. And then apparently between 3:06 and 3:26, which is like 20 minutes, he says, sorry for being a dick, need more stuff. So apparently Nathan was all over this guy in 10 minutes? In 10 minutes, and just moved on. And then literally 10 minutes later after that, so 20 minutes after this point, so maybe maybe 10 minutes later he arrives and he's like, Nathan is being a dick to Frank or whatever while buying the drugs, and then he leaves. But then I don't know, changes his mind or whatever, or something happens, and then he says, need more stuff. You home? So he wants again, literally 20 minutes after. Well, in this case, I don't know, maybe 15, 10 minutes after he already got some drugs, he says he needs more and asks him if he's home. And he says, yes, don't come, fuck off. And then, so yeah. So apparently Nathan was, being a jerk to Frank, and Frank is like really pissed off enough to actually, push away a buyer, one of his best buyers probably. Nathan is one of his, pretty sure he's one of his most regular and, heavy users and buyers. So well, and maybe Frank also knows that Nathan is dependent on him, so he doesn't care if he's like, being a dick to him too, or like, being a dick back to him. So maybe there is a mix of that too. But he says, yeah, fuck off.
God, Nathan. You're out of control.
Hey, need weed, etc. No, that's the night. That's on the same day, on the 7th of October, but at night. And he says, calm yourself, you tweaking. Soon. Hook a brother up, please. Meet beach, be cool. Be cool this time. I forgot to.
So it was you. Now I can officially call you a psycho stalker.
What? Keep your smart mouth shut about everything, or I'm coming for your ass. I know where you sleep. Oh, yeah, of course, it was him. Yeah, so yeah, this is the message from Max's phone. Like when you try to open all the menus and the journal and all these things, yeah, you can read this on her phone.
No, Nathan, it's time for you to watch out. Asshole.
Yeah, I'm gonna read that, of course.
Is this from Nathan's father? That's brutal.
I find myself curious what this mean. What does this mean? This is a business, not just a hobby. You see, if Nathan's father, if Sean is actually doing something that is obviously business, like I don't know, let's say he has a factory or he has a corporation, yeah, and then there is a building for this corporation, and he's at his office. Uh, he doesn't need to say something like this. If he's at the office, he would just say, please do not contact me at work. I've told you this before, and being high is not an excuse anymore. And then that's it. He doesn't need to say this. But when he says not just a hobby, he's referring to something that might be viewed by at least some people as a hobby, not as work. You see? So, yeah, it gets me curious. Well, what is going on here? What is Nathan's dad, Sean Prescott? What exactly is he up to? What it is that he does, and he does it for work or for money, but it can be viewed as some sort of hobby. Okay, then there's nothing more on this phone. Seriously? I'm not quite sure how this stuff that we just read on Nathan's phone helps us at all.
Chloe's on a roll to find more clues about Rachel now that we've printed everything we need. Now it's time to focus on...
Hey Max, see if you can put together all those Rubik's clues. Just holla if you need any info while I go online to make sure we haven't missed anything.
Take a breath, Max. Go through all this data and you can find out where Nathan took Kate after the party. So, this infamous party was the 4th.
And it starts at 8, okay? Okay, so 2.5 hours earlier, Nathan gets the drugs. And then 3 days later, he needs more. Twice on the same day, 3 days later. Yeah, this is what he got for the party. Oh, that's odd. I can't include this one.
Was Frank meeting Nathan at the junkyard?
Yeah, this is before. Oh, this is just the day before. The day before the party.
That beach is like Frank's main office. I know Nathan wasn't looking for Bigfoot in the forest. Somebody is stocking up on gas. Why?
This is the day of the party. And that's 2 hours after the party begins.
No doubt that Nathan stays in his dorm room. So he could be hiding clues there too.
Yeah, so this is where, this is when Nathan leaves. And then this is probably where he returns, half an hour, about 35 minutes before the party starts. I wonder if I should include it.
Oh, you're treading water, Otter. Try again. Not much out there.
Yeah, so this is 3 hours after the party starts. Some sort of shack in the woods. Well, it's not exactly a shack, it's quite a big... There's a barn. This looks like a barn door. It's a pretty big house of some sort, or barn.
If I can match one of the text messages and transactions with Frank, then I can find the exact location. Oh, that has to be the Prescott estate. Poor rich Nathan.
Oh. Well, that's interesting. This is the day of the party. So Nathan leaves at about 5:30. Goes to get the drugs, and then passes by the estate, his father's home, an hour later. And then returns an hour later to his dorm room.
If Joyce knew what Nathan did to Chloe, she would fry his ass.
And he doesn't visit the diner at all on the day of the party.